My name is Carrie Krause. I'm an ELA teacher at Arcadia Middle School. I've been teaching here for 6 years now. I was lucky to student teach here actually, and then I got hired after I graduated. When I think about how my upbringing has shaped the person I am today, I know that my geographical location has not changed much. I was born in 1988 in Buffalo City, Wisconsin, where I joined my older brother John. About 3 years later, my younger sister Katie joined us. Living in a small town was great. We lived close to the pool, we could bike on the road and feel safe since there was very little traffic, and we lived within throwing distance of the Mississippi River. Both of my parents were working class. My dad is an electrician from a family of teachers though, and my mom is a 6th grade teacher still at Cochran Fountain City. Growing up, I was never told education was important that I can remember, but we always knew it was. Books played a prominent role in our household. In fact, I remember my mom never said no to buying books. She'd say no to other things, but never to books. Conversation was a big part of our family. Mom and Dad loved having family and friends over to the house constantly, and people would often sit around the kitchen table talking sports, politics, just gossip because it was a small town. I knew from a young age that I enjoyed education. I wanted to be a teacher like Mom, and I found success in academics from a young age. I graduated as valedictorian of my high school, and I decided to attend UW La Crosse as an English education major. This was the beginning of a change in my worldview. I still found success academically, but I was no longer surrounded by all white students from a similar socioeconomic status. It was time to start thinking of what a fortunate upbringing I had had and how others might not have had similar experiences. My family and I have always been close. My parents still live in Fountain City, Wisconsin, not far from me, and my brother and sister are actually within a 30-mile radius as well. My sister is a nurse at Gunderson Lutheran, and my brother works as an engineer in Winona. So, of course, education was important to all three of us, and we all were expected to go on to a 4-year university after graduating. One of the major milestones in my life was meeting and marrying my husband, Brady. We got married in 2013. 2 years later, our daughter, Taya, joined us. She was a Halloween baby, actually. And another 2 years later, last September, Taya got a new baby sister, Tessa. My children have definitely, without question, had a huge impact on me as a teacher, especially this last year. Before I had kids, I would think of my students as my own, but I never thought of my students from the lens of a mother. Now I feel the responsibility of knowing a mother has entrusted the care of her baby with me. It's not just my job to teach my curriculum. I realize now I have the responsibility to make sure I meet the social, physical, and psychological needs of my students as well. And I think about that as what would I want for my kids if they were in that class? How would I expect their teacher to be treating them if I sent them to school? Family has always been a large influence on the person I have become today. As I consider on future goals, I hope that someday my daughters can say the same thing, and I hope I can continue to make some sort of impact in the lives of my students as well.